Bradford City begin their 2025-26 Carabao Cup campaign with an away clash against Blackburn Rovers. If you do want to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new, can we try and hit 100 likes on today's video? And don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. What is your score prediction for this match? What would your starting 11 be as well? If we start out then by having a look at the league tables, my team Bradford City, we currently sit 7th in League 1. After 2 matches, we've got 1 win, 1 draw and 0 defeat, scoring 2 goals and conceding 1, which leaves us on a positive 1 goal difference and 4 points. Our last 5 matches have been a draw and a win. In terms of them last couple of games then, on Saturday we had a 0-0 draw away at Northampton. We definitely were the better side in this one, especially in that second half. We had some really good opportunities. We had one cleared off the line, we hit the post as well, but we just could not quite break them down. I think that was certainly 2 points dropped because going forward they offered absolutely nothing. And then on the opening day of the campaign, we had a 2-1 win at home to Wycombe Wanderers. Very good first half, started out absolutely exceptionally. 2 goals inside the first quarter of an hour. Second half, we tied a little bit and dropped off 5 yards defensively. They pull a goal back through a set play, which our goalkeeper should have saved, but I don't think anyone's really going to complain about your opening day 3 points against a team who were in the playoffs last campaign. In terms of Blackburn Rovers then, they currently sit down in 19th in the championship table. After 1 match, they've got 0 wins, 0 draws and 1 defeat, scoring 0 goals and conceding the 1, which leaves them on a -1 goal difference and 0 points. The last 5 matches have been a loss. That loss on Saturday was a 1-0 defeat away at West Brom. Isaac Price scoring the only goal of the game on the 15-minute mark, and Daniel Furlong was sent off in the 95th minute as well. Looking at the stats, Blackburn dominated possession, but we really lacked that clinical edge, just 1 shot on target in the entire match. And that only goal of the game scored by Price was clearly the deciding factor. Looking at Blackburn's team that they played in this game, then obviously it has changed quite a lot over the last couple of years. There's been a real lack of investment in that Blackburn side. There's a lot of players there which I don't necessarily recognise the names from. Blackburn fans, let me know down below, do you think you'll play a full strength side in this cup competition? Will you focus more on the league? Will you do a lot of changes for this one? Let me know what you think down below. Let's move on then to my starting 11 for this game. I would stick with the 3-4-2-1 formation. I've gone half first team, half changes for this one because I believe we've got a lot of good strength in depth, but for some positions where I wasn't 100% sure, I've gone with the more first team player. So in goal for this game, I would go with Joe Hilton. Obviously, Bradford City signed Hilton from Blackburn back in January, and I think I'm right in saying he's yet to make a competitive appearance for Bradford City. I know that we're going to want to take the cup competition seriously, and Hilton definitely will play in the EFL Trophy. Sam Walker, for me, I think should be rested for the Carabao Cup games, and then the FA Cup, I'm not 100% sure on which keeper that I would pick. But seeing Hilton play in pre-season, he's clearly more than competent, and it'd be nice to see him play against his former club as well. But I just want to see what Hilton is like in that environment, in that pressurised situation of a competitive first team fixture, because in pre-season you can only really tell so much, and then we can see how close he is to pushing Sam Walker for a potential start. In terms of the back three then, at right centre back I would bring in Aidan Baldwin. Obviously he, I think, was named on the bench on Saturday, missed the first game of the season through suspension and hasn't featured since his red card away at Doncaster, which obviously nearly did cost us promotion. And I think there's still a bit of repairing to be done between Aidan Baldwin and the fans. For me, I'm over it. We got promoted. If we didn't, it would have obviously been a very different scenario, but hopefully he has learnt his lesson, gets an opportunity in this game, because I think Pennington, out of the back three so far, in my opinion, has looked the weakest. In the middle, I would stick with Joe Wright. I thought he was outstanding on Saturday. Very impressed with him so far. Wins pretty much every single one of his aerial duels. He was very, very good, and obviously with Neil Byrne being injured at this moment in time, he's obviously going to miss the next 6 or 7 weeks or so, then Wright for me definitely should play. And at left centre back, I would stick with Curtis Till. Obviously, Kieran Kelly has recently returned to training, having missed the last, I'll probably say, about a month or so with a quad problem, was it? Or maybe a groin problem? I think it was a groin problem off the top of my head. And Curtis Tilt has looked very solid in the couple of matches that I've seen of him so far. I have been really impressed. I think he got the fans' social media man of the match on Saturday as well. So Curtis Tilt for me would keep his spot at left centre back. In terms of my midfield four then, at right wing back, I would go with Josh Neufville. I was really debating between Halliday and Neufville, but I just feel like Neufville's got that spark. He's got that half a yard of pace that you're going to need. And I think Halliday, I don't envisage him getting many minutes, to be honest with you, unless we're 2 or 3 goals up and we just want to bring Halliday on 15 minutes to give Neufville a rest. I think what Neufville brings going forward, Halliday just doesn't have that. And Halliday's been a great servant to Bradford City. He's very strong defensively, but I think in a game like this away at Blackburn, you're going to need pace on the counter. I think Neufville should start for me. I don't think he was amazing on Saturday against Northampton. He was brilliant though on the opening day against Wycombe, so he would keep his place in the team for me. Into my two central midfielders then, at first I would go with the captain at Max Power. I don't think there's any of our other midfielders that bring what Max Power does. I thought on Saturday again, very solid, was unlucky not to score his first goal as well. Obviously had one cleared off the line, and I have been quite impressed with his leadership and organisation in the games I have watched of Power so far. And partnering him, I would bring in Alex Patterson. I'm not 100% sure if Tommy Lee is going to be available for this game. Obviously went off with a bit of an injury on Saturday, and Lee has obviously started our first 2 league matches of the campaign. Looked really good against Wycombe, was solid on the whole against Northampton, apart from that dodgy free kick that he did near the end of the game. Patterson though, obviously recently returning from an Achilles problem, I want to say, and we all know the quality that Alex Patterson does bring. If he's fit and available, should be starting games, but Tommy Lee has probably earned that spot in the team as of right now, so you give Patterson an opportunity in this game. I thought we missed his energy and breaking from the midfield on Saturday a little bit, so I'd like to see him come in for this game and see what he can produce. And as my left wing back, I would stick with Ibu Toure. Again, very similar situation to the other side. I was debating maybe you start Tyreek Wright. Obviously Lewis Richards has picked up a hamstring injury, but Ibu Toure for me, I think he's going to be much more solid defensively. He's built up a little bit of frustration with the fans after Saturday with him taking so long for throw-ins, but I actually felt a little bit for Toure because there just wasn't really much movement. You only really had Bobby Poynton moving, everybody else was just stood still, so we need to be, in terms of the players, need to be much more switched on in, just kind of your rotation that you've got to do from these throw-ins, because Toure was having to take a long time to take them, and it was obviously frustrating at the fans. In terms of my 2 attacking midfielders, firstly I would go with George Lapsley. Obviously we haven't seen him feature so far this competitive campaign, and I think Anthony Sarsfield, despite scoring on the opening day against Wycombe, I don't think he's quite been at his best consistently. I thought he was solid against Wycombe. On Saturday against Northampton, I thought he was pretty poor, so let's give Lapsley an opportunity in this game and see what he can produce. As my left attacking midfielder, I would go with Stephen Humphreys. I think in the opening 2 games we've seen the good and the bad from Humphreys. Was brilliant against Wycombe, led the line very well, and on Saturday against Northampton looked disinterested and was pretty poor in all honesty. So play him as a left winger, let's not play him as a striker, and let's see what he can produce. I think them smaller, sort of tighter pitches won't suit Humphreys playing as a striker. He needs space to run into, taking it on the half turn and run at defenders. Let him do that. Let's see what he is capable of. Test him against championship defenders, and I certainly do think he could thrive. And as my striker, I would bring in Will Swan. That on Saturday we massively missed just a focal point at the top end of the pitch. We massively missed Andy Cook, and I cannot wait for him to be back. Obviously recently announced that he is back in at full training. Yes, at times it's just one day in, one day out, but that is absolutely brilliant news. But Will Swan for me, I'm a big fan of him. I thought he was effective when he came on off the bench on Saturday. I thought his yellow card was pretty harsh as well, to be completely honest with you, but Swan for me would get the nod, knowing how we've lined up in pre-season, though it might be Swan on the left wing and Humphreys through the middle. On the bench then for me, I believe you do get 9 substitution slots in the EFL Cup, so I would have Sam Walker, Brad Halliday, Matt Pennington, Kieran Kelly, Tyreek Wright, Jensen Metcalf, Anthony Sarsfield, Bobby Poynton and Callum Kavanagh. I believe they are all available for this one. Obviously there's a few question marks around your Kieran Kellys and your Callum Kavanaghs, for example. The players currently unavailable are Neil Byrne, Lewis Richards, Tommy Lee and Andy Cook. Again, I think that is accurate. I could be a little bit wrong with that one. So the players who miss out then through selection will be Zach Hady, George Goodman, Clark Adore, Adam Wilson and Tyler Smith. Hopefully over the next couple of weeks or so we'll get some movement on the Wilson and Smith point of views. For me, I think they should just take the advice of look at Vidane Oliver. He sat on his big money at Bradford, ran his contract down, and now nobody wants to touch him with a barge pole because he scored 2 goals in like 3 years. So if I was Tyler Smith, I'd be looking to take a bit of a pay cut now, go and score 15 goals in League 2 this season, and then you'll get your big move and earn your big money again. It's just simple. A lot of footballers are thinking far too much short term. You've got to think long term. It benefits everybody if Tyler Smith is sold this summer. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there then for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new, can we try and hit 100 likes as I mentioned at the start of today's video? And don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. What would you change from my starting 11 and what is your score prediction as well? Me personally, I'm going to back Bradford City for a 1-0 win. I'm not sure why I'm feeling confident, but I'm going to 1-0. Stephen Humphries to get his first goal. Thank you all for watching though. Have a great rest of your day and I'll see you very soon for another one.